I'd never given much thought to how I would die, in place of someone I love.
When I watched Twilight, 2008 again, I finally understood why so many people still talk about it after all these years. At first it looks like a simple romance. A girl moves to a quiet town, meets someone mysterious, and slowly discovers that there's much more to him than anyone could imagine. But the more I watched, the more I realized this movie isn't only about romance. It's about curiosity. It's about accepting people for who they are. And it's about making choices even when life becomes complicated. One of the first things I noticed is the atmosphere. The town feels calm, quiet, and almost dreamlike. Instead of relying on constant action, the movie lets the environment tell part of the story. The cloudy skies, the forests, and the peaceful surroundings create a unique feeling that immediately pulls you into the world. I actually liked that. Not every movie needs loud explosions or non-stop excitement.
Just a minute here.
You remember me?
Probably remember.
So listen, if spring training goes well,
Way.
Sometimes a slow atmosphere makes everything feel more meaningful. Bella is introduced as someone trying to adjust to a completely new life.
Strange.
Moving to a different place isn't always easy. You leave behind familiar faces, routines, and comfort. I think many people can relate to that feeling. Starting over always comes with uncertainty. Then we meet Edward. Right away, it's obvious that something about him feels different. The movie doesn't reveal everything immediately, and I enjoyed that. Instead of giving all the answers at once, it slowly builds curiosity that made me want to keep watching. One thing I appreciate is how the relationship develops gradually. It doesn't feel rushed. Every conversation adds another small piece to the story. The mystery keeps growing while the emotional connection becomes stronger. Another thing that stood out is how the movie balances romance with suspense. Even during quiet scenes, there's always a feeling that something unexpected could happen, that keeps the audience interested without needing constant action. I also noticed how much the characters value protecting the people they care about. Throughout the story, loyalty becomes just as important as love. Everyone has choices to make, and those choices often come with consequences. No matter what generation watches this movie, people understand what it means to care deeply about someone. The movie also explores the idea that appearances don't always tell the whole story. Sometimes people seem distant or different for reasons we don't immediately understand. Instead of judging too quickly, the story encourages us to look beyond first impressions. I think that's one of its strongest lessons. Visually, Twilight has its own style.
whenever the weather's a family thing.
The cool colors, the natural scenery, and the quiet moments give the film an identity that's easy to recognize. Even years later, many people can instantly tell it's Twilight, just by looking at a single scene. The soundtrack also deserves credit. The music fits the mood perfectly, and helps create emotional moments without feeling overwhelming. It quietly supports the story instead of trying to control it. As I continued watching, I realized that this isn't really a movie about vampires. Yes, that element is important, but underneath everything, it's really about trust. It's about accepting someone's differences. It's about facing fears together, instead of running away from them. Those ideas make the story feel more relatable than people sometimes expect. Another reason this movie continues to have fans is that it creates a world people enjoy visiting. The characters feel memorable. The setting feels unique.
Out loud.
And the story invites viewers to imagine what it would be like if something extraordinary suddenly became part of ordinary life.
Camouflage.
That's part of the fun. Of course, every movie has its own style, and Twilight may not be for everyone. Some people enjoy fast-paced action, others prefer emotional storytelling. This movie clearly focuses more on atmosphere, relationship. Personally, I think that's what gives it its charm. Watching it today reminded me why it became such a cultural phenomenon. It introduced a different kind of supernatural romance that inspired conversations around the world and created a fan community that still exists today. Even after all these years, the movie remains recognizable to both longtime fans and people discovering it for the first time. If you've never watched Twilight 2008, I think it's worth experiencing with an open mind.
You trust me?
Don't watch it expecting non-stop action. Watch it for the atmosphere. Watch it for the mystery. Watch it for the emotional journey between the characters. For me, it's a movie that proves simple storytelling, memorable characters, and a unique mood can leave a lasting impression. Whether you're revisiting it for nostalgia or watching it for the first time, Twilight 2008 still offers a unique experience that stands apart from many modern romance and fantasy films.
The beast. You should be safe. With the wicked curse.
You brought us snaps if you leave.
Made this because of us.
Eat at the diner every night, steak and cobbler.
Father's gonna forgive you. There you go. I've had to fight her kind before. Not easy to kill, but not part of this family now.
The trap. Everything's fine. I'll explain everything later. Way to go. They also brought me to Edward.
Man, that's a little human. No.
Stay down in Florida.
Jacksonville.
You are really trying to kill me. I'm recording.
Not enough.